down there, if you could see it, is called the Beltline. And I mean, this place is rocking. I mean, like literally within 5 minutes from here, I am I'm from Anytime Fitness. I'm from like 8 or 10 restaurants, 8 or 10 bars, a cigar bar, and that's just this whole area here. And then I jump on the Beltline, which is just a pathway. And what Beltline does, it literally connects neighborhoods just like this throughout Atlanta. So literally, if I walk in the Beltline for like 5-10 minutes, I'll come to another area with another 20 or 30 bars and another, gym and another, some low rises. And the pathway itself is phenom. I mean, there's bikes on it, there's tourists on it, there's people like me who live here on it. I mean, this thing is amazing. Initially when I got this, I was planning on spending here maybe just 2-3 times a month, but like, I think I'm going to be here a lot, like a ton. Matter of fact, before we went live today, I was talking to Rafa, and we kind of get together sometimes off-site, strategize. We like to do different cigar bars, sometimes different areas. I'm like, dude, next time we're meeting in the next couple of days, your butt's coming here, and we're just going to walk for 5 or 10 minutes, and we got everything we ever needed. So anyway, guys, this is just like a really, really cool thing I'm able to do. And I'll tell you, I wish I could sit here and tell you it's because I was so smart and because I got something you don't have, or because, whatever. It's none of that. It's just I've been doing this business probably longer than most of y'all listening to me tonight. I've gone through more challenges than probably most of y'all have been going through tonight. And this is just one of the many, many rewards you can get. And that's kind of I love having little crash pads. I mean, that's like my thing. I don't need like huge mansions. I love to just pop in somewhere. Just had one in St. Augustine, Florida. Just you pop in, you hang out, you do the night scene, you do the whatever scene is here, and then you go somewhere else. And it's really, really cool. So anyway, so I'll keep you guys posted on this. I'm sure a number of y'all will probably be here at some point or another when you visit us. By the way, speaking of visiting us, guys, very, very, very important. But mark off your calendars. January 19th and the 20th. January 19th and the 20th, we're going to have an event inside our own office. It's going to be a live event, and it's going to be with all of us meaning myself, Julie, Laura, Juhi, Bree, David, Chelsea, Rafa, Christine, all the characters that make this whole thing work, all the people that so many of you all are interacting with on a daily basis. We're just going to get down for 48 hours, and we're going to really, really dig into all aspects of this business. We're going to treat it like a mastermind / live event, where we're going to have the ability for you all to interact with us. Because I think sometimes the downside to if we just go into a live event is you're just hearing what the speakers want you to hear. Whereas the cool thing about a mastermind is we're going to be able to discuss your businesses with you directly in a live environment. And then you're going to get feedback from my team, from other people that are going to be participating. So we're going to make it an interactive weekend. Those are the best kind of weekends, because then not only are you getting specific information, which is going to be very valid, very terrific. It's going to be everything we do here to do dozens and dozens of deals on a monthly basis. But we're going to specifically address your situation, your marketplace, your deal formation, your mistakes, your things you're doing right. And it's going to be really, really cool. So January 19th and 20th, it's a Saturday and Sunday. And by the way, Saturday night, we're going to go to my lake house and we're going to hang out there. It's going to be really, really cool. I mean, I could just tell you in the past when we've done these live events, that lake house, that Saturday night hangout at the lake house is phenomenal. Some people, we've had people at our live events that not only make major decisions, like when I mean major, but we've had people at these live events that then talk to us and they say that Saturday night was even more impactful than being in our office for 2 days. So we're going to hang out at my lake house. We're going to have fun. If the weather's good enough, which it might not be, but I'll get the boat cranked up so we can go take it for a spin. And you guys are going to love the atmosphere. And again, the whole team will be there. It'll be exciting. It'll be just absolutely, positively phenomenal. So make sure you guys have that blocked off. There's two ways of getting there. One, some of y'all are already private coaching clients of Julie and mine and myself, and you guys know who those people are. There's no charge to you, and by the way, just because you're being coached by us privately already, personally, be there. It's going to take everything we do to the next level. It's going to bring it a little bit more to life. You're going to meet the team that's working with you. You're going to be able to hang out with the team that you're talking to on a daily basis. So if you're a private client of ours, make sure you block it off. No charge. If you're not a private client of Julie and mine, then there's just a small nominal fee of $500 for that whole weekend, which is obviously nothing to what you're going to get. I promise you. For any reason, we do not literally surpass your expectations. Just see us at the end and we'll give you your $500 back. So at worst, you'll get a free weekend with some phenomenal people talking about some phenomenal things, and you're going to learn more. So again, no risk, but be there. We're going to have a page up for registration, but if you want to, but I will tell you, seating will be limited because we're doing it inside our own offices, so we cannot handle an unlimited amount of people. So if you're going to be there, if you need to register, you can call myself directly at 404-915-9685. And those of you, there's a million ways of getting a hold of me. I know Rafa will probably put my email at the bottom of this. We'll put my email at the bottom. You could just send me an email or Julie an email. Let us know you're going to be there. Commit. In terms of hotels, I know we're getting tons of inquiries. Hotels, again, once we get the registration page up, we'll have kind of a welcome email going out. But for those of you that I can just say, grab your seat right now, grab your space right now. If you're looking to stay somewhere, all you have to do is just Google Cumming, C-U-M-M-I-N-G, Cumming, Georgia, and that's our little town. For those of you who are going to be flying into Hartsfield, we're about 45 to 50 minutes straight north of Hartsfield. But block that off. It's going to be phenomenal. Again, you don't like it, get your money back if you paid. If you're a client of ours, you don't have to worry about that. And one more admin thing before we get rolling for tonight, guys. Remember, we do this. We teach you. We interact with you. Because in the end, although as much as we want to give value to you, and we know we need to give value to you, we want to do more deals. I mean, that's what I'm all about. I'm a real estate investor. Been doing this for 20 some years, have done thousands and thousands of deals. And at this point in my career, an overwhelming majority of all my deals come as a result of our partners across the United States. So if you want to learn how to put together incredible real estate deals, if you want to use all my money, because that's what you get to do when you're a partner of mine, you use all my money to buy the deals. You then use my team to help you execute the deal, like fix it or whatever needs to be done. And then we sell it and we split the profits. Then you need to be part of our one-on-one partner-driven coaching program. And I'm sure Rafa will have some information on that too. But if you're ready to move forward with that or need more information, just go to our website at www.coachingbypeter.com. Or again, you could call me directly if you're ready to roll. If you have any questions, at area code 404-915-9685. All right, so let's roll into tonight's topic, guys. I can tell you, if you're involved in real estate in any level, whether this is your first deal that you're kind of sort of struggling with, or you're cranking out 4 or 5 deals a month, one thing that you are no doubt focused on is where specifically in your marketplace do you find deals? Okay, now here's something that most of you probably do not know, but it is possible in real estate to literally identify geographical areas where an overwhelming majority of the deals are located where you live. Now, I know many of you have heard me talk about, the validity of a deal, what makes a good deal, and many times I even make an argument against location. I'll use an example. You could be in the best location, but if you buy it wrong, you're screwed. Or you could be in the worst location in town, but if you buy it right, you're going to make money. So I've actually literally made arguments against locations, but I could tell you best and worst is a subjective thing in real estate. So what best is to someone could be worse to someone and vice versa. But having said that, I can tell you there's absolutely prevalent pockets in all of our marketplaces that tend to warehouse an overwhelming majority of all the deals. How do I know this? It's a proven statistic. It's been documented, it's been studied, it's been evaluated. And so this is not kind of a theory. This is not me putting together some kind of an argument that I want you to test out. This works pretty much across the board, any part of the United States. And so if you're right now out there just kind of spinning your wheels or running around and you're trying to figure out, why am I not quite getting deals? You know what? I'll be honest with you. Sometimes the answer is simple. You may be looking in the wrong areas. Okay. So let's talk specifically. And again, this applies to no matter where you are. If you're in a city like I am, if you're in a rural area, if you're somewhere in between, what I'm about to tell you, the strategy here is to identify specific locations and utilize those locations and go out there and identify deals. So let's talk about the characteristics of what these, and I call them hot pockets, look like. Okay, the first characteristic is actually a size, a geographical size. What we found after looking at these for many years is most of these areas, most of these pockets tend to be about 2 miles in diameter, okay? They tend to be about 2 miles in diameter. Now, here's what I mean by that. You're not looking for that one perfect block. There is no that one perfect block that you need to be there. But at the same time, if you're in a city, it's not even the whole city either. So about a 2 mile wide and diameter area is what you're looking for. Characteristic number 2, inside of these pockets, we have what is known as the hodgepodge effect. So let's dwell deep. Let's kind of dig into this. What exactly is the hodgepodge effect? Hodgepodge effect simply means this. When you are actually driving inside one of these pockets, okay? If you're actually inside one of these pockets, you're going to be seeing A, all kinds of different real estate, and B, all kinds of different people. So what I want to do is I want to kind of paint a picture for you. I want to kind of get specific about this so in your mind you could start visualizing what it is we're talking about. Hodgepodge effect simply means this. You could be inside that 2 mile radius and you're driving and you may see, let's say, a for rent sign. Okay, if you see a for rent sign in an area, that immediately should tell you one thing. There's renters that live there, right? But then you could be driving 1 block down the road and now all of a sudden you see a for sale sign. Okay, well, what do for sale signs tell us? For sale signs tell us homeowners live there. So you may have a mixture of renters and homeowners living next to each other. You may be driving there and you may see something new, 5, 10-year-old property. And then you're driving another couple blocks down the road and now all of a sudden you see something old, maybe 30, 40, 60-year-old property. You may be driving there and you may be like in a residential area. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, you see a commercial building. You may be driving there and you may see a single family home. Right next to it could be an apartment building. You may be driving there and you may see a black guy, and then you're driving there and you may see a white guy. You may see a smaller 1-story house, then you're driving there and all of a sudden you see a 2 or 3-story house. So the picture I'm trying to paint is this. When you're identifying these pockets, the question you want to ask yourself is, what do I see in front of me? What am I experiencing here? And the answer right back to you should be very simple. I see a little bit of everything. I see a little bit of this. I see a little bit of that. Another word for it is a mixture. Here's why that's so important to us as investors. See, what happens when you're in areas that have this mixture of real estate, what the mixture of real estate does is it creates what are known as natural pricing fluctuations. Meaning, in these pockets, you could literally be looking at one house and it's for sale for, let's say, it's for sale for, let's say, $50,000. And then you go 1 or 2 blocks down the road, you see another house for sale and you call on that side, and that house could be for sale for twice as much. The house could be for sale for $100,000. Now, here's what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that $50,000 is a good deal, and I'm definitely not saying that $100,000 is a bad deal. That's not what I'm saying. But here's what I am saying. When you're in areas that have these types of what we call pricing fluctuations, those areas statistically across the United States, we already know, those areas create the #1 environment where almost all the good deals are located. So let's kind of walk through this whole logic all the way through. We as investors have to identify these hodgepodge pockets, because inside the hodgepodge pockets, we have all types of different real estate. All types of different real estate, in turn, create these pricing fluctuations. And the pricing fluctuations create the #1 environment where almost all the good deals are located. So I'm trying to be very graphic, very specific here, because my goal for those of y'all that are listening in is I want you to be thinking right now where you live. See, if you live in an area any amount of time, you already know where those areas are. Some of you are living in those areas. Some of y'all are like smack dab, ground zero inside these types of pockets already. What I always suggest when you start out in this business, or when you're like zeroing in on these pockets, I always suggest you want to find at minimum 4, 5, or 6 different pockets like that where you live. Again, some of y'all are living in one of them already. Some of y'all may have to do a little digging around, a little driving around till you find them. By the way, for those of you that's worked with me in the past, and I tell you about these pockets, one of the things I always say is, if you don't know where these 4, 5, or 6 pockets are, go find them. Because what that's also going to create for you, just the act of finding them, it's going to get you to that next level in real estate. And here's what I mean by that. See, there's a couple things that we as investors have in common, successful investors. One thing we all have in common is we all know where our markets are. We all know about our markets. We all know where things are located. So with this, the other thing this step does is it forces you to get out there. It forces you to literally diagram some things. It forces you to pinpoint some things. And I promise you, nobody ever went wrong not knowing by knowing their marketplace. See, to me, it's almost shocking. I hear investors talk all the time about markets, and then they talk about challenges, and then they tell me all these things. Then sometimes I'll just say, well, tell me a little bit more about your market. And then I explain what I mean by that. And I'm shocked. They don't know nothing about their market. They don't know prices. They don't know values. They don't know good areas. They don't know bad areas. They don't know pricing. They don't know the market. How can you invest? It's like literally investing in a stock market, just throwing a dart against the wall. Now, sure, you might be able to hit that perfectly, but would you risk everything you own to do that? Well, that's the same thing in real estate. If you're just randomly investing in your market, if you're just loosely doing things for whatever reason, that does not make a smart, that makes it almost a dangerous investor, okay? Now, let's get back to these pockets. Remember, we want these pockets, they have a mixture of real estate. That mixture of real estate creates the environment, which is pricing fluctuations. And the pricing fluctuations is that create that environment. So what, in terms of finding them, let's talk about the opposite of these pockets. Because remember, if we're talking about mixture, what's the opposite of mixture? opposite of mixture is cookie cutter, right? Where everything is the same. And we also all have areas in our marketplaces that don't have things that are exactly the same, right? And you know, you've been there, you know, you're driving through there and everything is the exact same thing. It's all like 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 400 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 400 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 400 square feet, 3-bedroom. Now, so you got your hodgepodge here, which is where you want to be, mixture. You got your cookie cutter here, which is where you don't want to be because it's all the same. So let's talk about why we do not want to be in areas where everything is the same. Again, let's just common sense walk through this. Let's say you're in an area where everything is the same. It's all 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 400 square feet. And let's say now you're a seller of the house. And remember, if it's the same, it's probably going to be priced the same, right? You know, so if everything is selling for $200,000, why in the world would you sell something for $100,000? There's no reason. Everybody's getting their 200. So people always say to me, they say, well, Pete, remember, it's not about that. It's about motivation. You know, I just lost my job. I had a death in the family. My kids moved in. My kids moved out. I got to upsize. I got to downsize. Not really. Not really. Let's go back to this cookie cutter area where everything is exactly the same, right? And let's say you do have one of those motivating factors going on. Let's say you had a death in the family, a job loss, or you know, or whatever. If you got to get out quick, okay, well maybe instead of selling it for $200,000, you're going to sell it for $190,000, maybe even $180,000, maybe even $170,000. You're going to put yourself a little bit ahead of the market, so your property goes quick. But remember, we as investors are not looking to be just a little bit ahead of the market, right? We as investors are looking to be 30, 40, 50% ahead of the market. There's no reason, even if I got to move quickly, there's no reason I'm going to price my $200,000 home and everyone around me selling for $200,000. No reason in the world I'm going to give it away for $100,000. Okay? So the bottom line is when you're in these cookie cutter areas, it is very hard to find a deep enough discount. It don't matter the circumstances. It don't matter what's going on in the area. It don't matter what's going on with the individual. There's just no need to create that. But see, when you're in these hodgepodge areas where you have all of this dichotomy, you have all of these fluctuations all over the place, okay? That is where you get the bigger discounts. Now, let me just tell you, this is how you know that I'm right, maybe without even realizing that I'm right. Some of y'all are part of our Facebook community. By the way, if you're not, you need to be. It's partner-driven partner-driven real estate. Maybe Rafa can put that up. But you need to be part of our, in fact, let me tell you what it is. Now that I'm excited about it myself right now, I'm going to tell you what the heck it is. If you're not part of our community, you need to go to partner-driven real estate investing. That's what it is.
I just put it in for everybody, Peter. It's facebook.com/groups/partner-driven.
Okay, perfect. So if you're not part of that group, you need to be part of that group. You're going to see tremendous camaraderie. You're going to see tremendous knowledge. You're going to see tremendous educational stuff, motivational stuff. I mean, it's exactly the kind of community I really needed in the beginning to be successful. Okay. But one of the things that a lot of people in that community do is, you know, they just basically showcase how they're out there putting deals together. You know, they might be driving for dollars. They might be putting signs up. They might be looking for signs to get numbers off of. You know, they might be going to talk to a seller and they'll do like a Facebook Live with us. So that's one of the cool things about the community is you're seeing real life people doing real life deals. You know, a lot of the deals I'm involved with partners are actually showcased on there. Some of our partners don't really like to do that. That's okay. Some of our partners love doing that. We got some amazing people on this page. But here's my point. To prove my theory, Go to that Facebook page tonight and watch some of the people that are out in the field, driving for dollars, signage, whatever. And just kind of don't even listen to what they're saying. Put it on mute. Watch what's behind them. And I could almost 100% guarantee you the people that are really doing it the right way, people that are successful, people that are on a verge of creating something, just look at the property. They're all hodgepodge areas. They're all hodgepodge areas. They're all areas where it's like you got this fixer-upper standing here. You got a rehab going on here. You got white people. You got black people. You got newer. You got older. It's just, some of you all are doing what I'm telling you to do today, and you're not even realizing you're doing it. Because what happens when you start doing this business, many times you just start gravitating towards doing the right stuff. It's kind of like you start realizing, well, there's no reason for me to be in areas where everything is selling for $5 million. It would be nice to flip a $5 million home, but if that's a $5 million home, 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 I ain't gonna get a deal there. And so you kind of go into these, what we call sometimes another word for what I'm talking about tonight. I don't like to use it as much because people get too focused. They get thrown off a little bit, but they're transitional type of neighborhoods. They're just transitional type of neighborhoods, okay, where you see all kinds of people, all kinds of real estate. So is it possible in real estate to start stacking the deck in your direction? Yeah, 100%. This is not a business of inefficiencies. This is not a business of strictly luck. This is not a business of running around like a chicken with your head cut off. Although sometimes that's what it seems like, it's all of those things, but it's not. See, when you start understanding this business at a higher level, see, what we're talking about today is very common sense. And some of you are like, well, I get it, that makes sense, but you're not applying it. See, there's some very, very common sense principles in this business. And if you don't know them, you are going to be stuck. But if you do understand them, what you do is you automatically elevate yourself above your competition. Like, for instance, these hodgepodge pockets. How do you use that to your advantage? Okay, well, one way is you know where to spend your time. But guess how else you use it to your advantage? You now know where to spend your money. You know, I don't care what level you are, we all have limited budgets. Some of our limits are a little bit bigger than others, but no one has like this unending bank account where it can spend money on. So let's say your budget for marketing is $1,000 a month, right? If you don't understand this concept I just talked to you about, and you live in a medium-sized city, that $1,000 could be blown just like that. And you could spend that $1,000 not having almost any chance of getting results. Because if you don't understand the principle of hodgepodge in real estate, you could literally be just dumping that money into cookie cutter areas, not even knowing they're cookie cutter, by the way, because you're just randomly sending out mailers to zip codes, which you'll be shocked how many people do that. I mean, I've been working with people in this business for many, many years, and I've been analyzing their businesses, and almost always it's very easy to identify mistakes. You'll be shocked how many people literally say, well, yeah, I have an X amount of budget a month, and then we start talking about how are you spending it. You know, let's say I'm spending in direct mail. Where are you sending it to? I'm sending it to this zip code, this zip code, this zip code. Got it? Why are you sending it here? Well, there's enough population in there, and I can rotate them all, and I hit them all once every 3 months, and it works out perfectly. That made absolutely no sense. But they'll be shocked how many people actually invest based upon that. If you have a limited budget, you have to, which we all do, you have to maximize every dollar. You have to utilize it and squeeze every penny out of every dollar. So when you're doing direct mail, the first thing to do is identify hodgepodge pockets, right? How else is this principle going to help you? Okay, well now some of you, all of us, I guess, not some of you, but all of us work with real estate agents, right? Many people get very discouraged working with real estate agents. I kind of kid around about it a lot. You know, they're not necessarily my favorite characters, but boy, have I done a ton of business with real estate agents. Some of your frustration could be you're working with the wrong real estate agent. How can it be wrong real estate agent? Well, if it's a real estate agent that does all their deals here, but the hodgepodge pocket is here, how can that real estate agent really help you other than search some MLS listings for you, which anybody can do? And in today's world, you could actually get access to it. No, a good real estate agent is able to get off-market deals, is able to get pocket listings, is able to get things that other people don't know about. That's ultimately what makes a good real estate agent, is able to negotiate deeper discounts. Every single thing I just told you that makes a good real estate agent is tied into the area they're in. A pocket listing, if I'm working here, I'm not gonna get a pocket listing there. Being a good negotiator, I'm gonna be a much better negotiator in the area where I know everybody and everybody knows me. Off-market deals, if everything I do is here, why would somebody give me an off-market deal there? You see what I mean? So even choosing a real estate agent is tied into this phenom that we talked about today of hodgepodge. Look for one of your qualifying factors as far as real estate agents is concerned should be, where are you doing your deals? And I guarantee you, if you're working with a real estate agent that works with investors, and you ask them, give me the last 20 deals you've done with investors, and you drive to those areas, out of those 20 properties, 15 are going to be hodgepodge pockets. And now all of a sudden, you've got another realtor that's just trying to get your business, and they're just trying to tell you the right thing. And you pose the same question to them. Show me the last 20 deals you did. And you go look at those deals, and all of a sudden you realize these aren't in hodgepodge pockets. That answers your question. You're working with the wrong realtor. You see, everything, so many things are linked in to principles in this business. This one basic principle of starting everything should be started by identifying these pockets. Like if I go to a new market, and if I'm not there because of an individual, if I'm there because of the market, if I'm there because I want to do deals, that's the first thing we're going to identify. We're going to identify where the heck we're going to do this thing, where we're going to deploy our time, money, effort, and dollars into. There's no reason for me to deploy money, time, effort into something that's not going to yield me the maximum possible results, right? So some of you guys are spending, we all have also limited time, how much time we could spend in this business. Well, if we already know statistically, hodgepodge pockets produce in excess of 75% of all the deals, if we know that statistic to be true, and you're spending half your time in the wrong areas, it could be argued you're almost you're not totally wasting your time, because again, luck does happen, but you can't build a business off luck. You're going to run into the right things just by doing things. That's not how you don't want to have a business like that. You want to be rewarded with luck by doing the right things. You don't want to be the only thing is you're basing your future on as luck. Luck should be like the cherry on top. But is it possible some of you guys aren't getting results because you're literally spending your time with in the wrong areas, and you're mailing to the wrong places, and you're working with realtors getting you deals from the wrong places, and the buyers you put together don't buy where you're looking for properties. See how all of this is linked together. Again, so many people say real estate is just a tough business. It's just so conceptual. Not really. And, I will argue that real estate is just as scientific as science. It's just as precise as the space shuttle. Here's the only problem. Space shuttle, you lose the precision, people die. In real estate, you lose the precision, nothing happens. You just get tired, you get stressed, you get aggravated, you blame the business, you blame your mentor, you blame, and you just get out of the business. But see, if this business was treated by some of us as specifically and as seriously as the scientists that are launching this shuttle treat that, where there's no room for error. None whatsoever. See, when they got the wrong cloud cover, they don't go up in space. When they get the wrong wind blowing, they don't take off. Well, again, I argue that this business with these types of principles that were discussed tonight can be, when you use this principle and the next principle and the next principle, what this business then becomes predictable, very predictable. See, the reason that I don't mind having an overhead into six figures every month. I mean, can you imagine every month waking up and being like down six figures? Like, that's enough to throw up on sometimes, right? Like, you have to make over six figures just to get to zero. But the reason I don't mind doing that is there's principles of this business that I've aligned myself with, that I've bought into, and I remain loyal to, like this hodgepodge that we talked about today. And because of that, my business is then predictable. And when it's predictable, it's okay to wake up on the first of every month and be down over $100,000, be in a hole over 100,000. On the other side, if I'm not utilizing these principles, if I'm not utilizing the things that I know to be true about this business, and I am haphazardly doing this business, and haphazardly meaning I'm not being loyal to hodgepodge, haphazardly meaning I'm not being loyal to how much time I put into it, haphazardly means, 20 other things, then I would never take the chance of being down six figures in the beginning of the month. It'd be too risky. It'd be way too risky. Then I would be focused strictly on luck. I hope, I meditate or whatever. No, these principles work day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out. And see what happens as you get bigger in this business. As you get bigger and you're able to put more resources into this, like you're able to put more marketing into these hodgepodge areas. You're able to deploy more people into these hodgepodge areas. You're able to pull more resources out of those. You're able to utilize more agents. What happens is that it just becomes more and more predictable. So as your cost of operation goes up, the productivity level and it's being more and more predictable goes up too. And so that's why I don't mind spending more and investing more, and because it actually gets it, it's like a sealant. The more you put into it, the tighter it gets. Okay? But it's very important to understand and follow these principles. So guys, hodgepodge pockets, for those of you that have not identified them in your marketplace, I would say take up a little pause and identify them. Some of y'all right now are kind of breathing easy because you're like, holy crap, I didn't know what that was, but I'm doing it because I am in those areas. I am knocking on door in those areas. I am driving for dollars in those areas. My bandit signs are in those areas. I'm doing marketing and I'm doing web-based marketing, and let's see, the city I'm deploying it in or the little town I'm deploying it in is kind of like that. Some of y'all should be pretty darn excited. That's cool. Some of y'all need to literally, like I said, pause for a second and just kind of take a look around and identify certain pockets. That's okay too. It's okay to make adjustment. It's okay to make adjustment and be open to adjustment, okay? So guys, this is what we do here. With our partner-driven coaching clients, these are the principles, these are the things that we apply all the way through our coaching program. I'm very proud of what we do with our clients, guys. We get results. We get results because we do the one thing that no one else will do. We will back you financially. I'm not only going to coach you, but I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. So we're going to first coach you up and help you identify incredible deals. Then you're going to use all my money to buy the deals, okay? Then my team will actually help you implement the deal to whatever capacity that is. Some of you all, let's say if we're fixing it, don't need too much of our help because you have the skill set, super duper. Some of you don't. So you'll use my skill set and our people's skill set more. And then we're going to sell the deals together and we're going to split the profits 50-50. That right there is our partner-driven coaching program. In my opinion, it is the absolute best way to align yourself in the right direction in this business. Because what I just told you is just one of the tons and tons of other things I know about this business. And when I'm putting my money into you, I'm not going to let you make a mistake. We are going to do it the right way. And by the way, guys, if mistakes happen, I'm never going to come to you and say, well, gosh, we lost $1,000 in the deal, so where's my 500? It's on me. So if worse does come to worse and we don't make as much as we want, or we, whatever happens, we end up even losing money, it's on me. At worst, you've gone through the process. You've learned a ton, and then we just do it over again. No big deal. I never worry about how much I make in a deal, because who cares? Key is, again, it's consistency, it's productivity, it's ongoing, it's numbers. But to be part of our partner-driven coaching program, either go to our website at www.coachingbypeter.com, or you can call me directly at area code 404-915-9685. Again, it is the ultimate way to become successful in this business. All right, listen, we're coming to that time where actually, just for those of you that joined us late, I'm in here in my new crash pad in Midtown, but I didn't bring my power cord, so I'm kind of running low. So Rafa, are there any questions that I need to answer before my computer potentially shuts down on me?
Hey, Peter. No, we're not seeing any questions at the moment yet. I
Okay.
did want to make a quick announcement to everyone that's still on with us. We have had open our self-study program as well, with a 14-day free trial access, and we've put the link in here, but we're closing it tonight, guys. So definitely the one-on-one coaching program is where we want to engage you at, because that's the level that we can most rapidly generate success. But if you're not ready for that level of success, we still want to work with you. We still want you to be able to start learning and earning and taking action. And that is done through our self-study program. We have a 14-day free trial access. It's here. The link is here, but it's www.thevexmanmethod.com. And we're going to be turning that off tonight. We've received a lot of people, Peter, here in the last 4 days as we turn this on, and we're going to close it so that we can focus on these folks and make sure that they get the best self-study program and training that they can get. So just a call to action to everyone that we want you in. We don't want you to miss out on this.
Cool. All right. It was good stuff tonight, guys. I enjoyed it. Thanks, guys. See you, Rafa.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
See ya.
No.